what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
You guys know this guy is actually getting more popular than me.
Oh, no, I can't believe that. Darin's man.
I'm not the man.
Oh, then I am.
I'm just
Someone
a
is.
So today is George's waistline check-in.
Yeah.
So how do we do today?
Well, we did maintain the same waistline, which is a bummer. We're down 3 pounds from last week, which we're glad to see that move a little bit. But I think, you know, we discussed that Darin and I did, and for the kind of work that I'm doing, which is I'm doing a lot of weights. I'm doing sauna after the weights. I think we'd like to see a little bit more consistent improvement.
So when he says a lot of weights, he means basically often 4 or 5 days a week. You're busting a really awesome resistance weight training session.
At least an hour, out to an hour and a half.
Yeah, and then he's doing sauna afterwards, which keeps the heart rate elevated. He's very active, and his energy and strength is there. His strength's going up.
Yes.
So just asked a few questions this week, and we said, you know, fat loss usually is about 3 or 4 different things. It gets confusing for quite a few people, but one thing that nobody can deny is that it's calories in versus calories out. If you're taking in more calories than you're burning, you're not going to lose the weight.
Yeah.
So we said a couple things. Maybe his intermittent fasting time windows were so small that it was hard to control the amount that he was eating, because your window of intermittent fasting was like small.
I was trying to get to a 20-hour fast, so I was trying to eat
all your food in 4 hours.
Yeah, so I'd be getting to 4 o'clock and just starving. And now, you know, I'm eating, you know, more than I should and not as clean as I should. You know, rather than I had some grass-fed beef yesterday, which I ate, but before I ate that, I had some salami, which is processed and high fat. But I kind of lost my mind a little bit. And so I think I'm getting some hidden fat in there with things like that, and the calories are higher than maybe I had thought. And so also what we had discussed, Darin and I, that, you know, maybe a little bit of a decrease in metabolism from a small window of eating. So we talked about increasing that window of eating to 8 hours. So I'll be doing a 16-hour fast each day.
And we're going to take the fat way down, because fat's calorie dense at 9 calories per gram.
Yeah.
Protein and carbs is 4 calories per gram. So it's a lot harder to eat less calories than you burn if you're eating fat. And George does like the bulletproof coffee and the fats here or there, but so we're going to take the fats way down, and we're going to open up the window broader for the meal, so that maybe the tendency to eat more than you should is less.
Yes.
And we're going to cycle starchy carbs. We're going to keep us 2 days low carbs at around 100 grams of starchy carbs for the day. Starchy carbs are oatmeals, rices, potatoes, quinoa, bananas, fruit. He loves bread, so we're going to go 1 day high carbs, and we're going to let him eat some bread on his high carb day.
Yeah.
And try to get 4 small meals with low fat, lean protein, and we're going to cycle the starchy carbs. That's the most traditional nutrition strategy that bodybuilders use, because if you go low carbs for 5 days, that's a little draining on your hormones, and cortisol goes up, and we sort of go wacky.
When I get low carbs, I get real crazy, real depressed. So you got to stay away from that.
So George's going to do a food log. We're going to, and I'm going to look at it. We're going to change the eating strategy up to what we just said. I like the idea. I really do. How do you feel about the new eating strategy this week?
I feel good about it. I think it's going to kickstart us a little bit and get moving a little bit faster with the progress.
Okay. So that's a pretty big change, because it's pretty different.
Yeah.
But we gave the 4 hour eating window for intermittent fasting a try for 4 or 5 weeks, and we sort of stalled for 3 weeks in a row pretty much with the weight loss and the scale weight.
So the total weight loss over the 5 weeks is about 15 pounds, but I've got 200 to go, so it's a little bit overwhelming to try and do that 3 pounds a week. I know the docs kind of like that kind of stuff, but for me to stay interested and to stay motivated, I gotta see more progress in that.
Cool. As always, thanks for the comments and the support and the likes. It gives George and I like, hey, somebody's watching and they care. And we get quite a few comments on these videos, so
appreciate it. And it, again, that energy. Sometimes I'm feeling down, and I don't want to go to the gym, and I'm like, oh my God, there were X amount of comments, and people shared the video, and they took their time, and I got to go. I can't let these people down.
It helps quite a bit, right?
Yeah, it's huge.
You know, that's when you have a trainer sitting there waiting for you. It's like you'll let yourself down, but you don't want to let someone else down.
Right,
so
and that's why I first started with Darin, because I knew, you know, what I was doing. I've been doing it for a long time, but I wasn't doing it. And I'm like, okay, I got to pay. And if you're going to pay, why not pay the best?
So they inspire you and they're helping you. What about people out there watching that want to sort of get kick-started at working out and eating better? What advice can you give to someone that's sort of been watching and wants to get off the couch since spring's coming around, they want to move a little bit, and they're having a hard time getting going?
The biggest thing, all the stuff that I'm reading, studying, is movement. You know, so if you're having a hard time getting motivated and getting off the couch, just make yourself move. You know, whether it's a walk or walking the dog or getting up and taking a few laps around the house, whatever it takes to get motivated. But, you know, this is, you know, where we find fulfillment in doing things that are good for us. And it's, you know, like I realized that the TV and the things like that, the internet were more like distractions, you know, and obviously what we're doing now is internet, but, you know, there's also productive internet, you know, which I like to think this is.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You know, if we can kind of get someone motivated out there that needs a change, like I needed a change, that's a big part of this too. I want to get people going that maybe have that inkling they need a change, or, you know, I think I saw this coming, and I think I was nervous about my condition even before the work thing happened. And, you know, maybe, who knows, maybe a health issue. I had a fellow trader pass away this week, and he was a young guy, probably 55, 56 years old. And, you know, it's not necessary. And I know, you know, a lot of people look at me and they get their eyes get big at, you know, at the size and everything, but, you know, we got to get on the road. It's the biggest thing is movement.
Yeah. And what I would say, add to George, is a little bit of movement, get off the couch, and just try each week, just try to evolve that and celebrate the victory of not being so sedentary.
Yeah.
And then each week, drink a little bit more water. When you move, you tend to automatically be inclined to make healthier choices as far as less liquid calories, a little bit better quality food, and evolve that movement to go towards, if you're not, you know, you don't have to go to the gym to utilize the benefits of resistance training. You know, you can do slow push-ups against the countertop and squeeze and feel isometrically, get some resistant bands, and celebrate the movement, but say, hey, I can evolve this, and at home in a time-efficient manner, I can start to use resistant bands. I can start to use the techniques that Darin teaches, super slow techniques, and try to just evolve it and grow it. You can do it at home. You don't have to go to the gym and bust a workout.
You don't have to go to the gym, but sometimes that's a good way to get out. But at home, Darin's got plenty of videos on YouTube you can look at. You can do the bands. I mean, there's so much stuff we're finding. There's so much stuff I found just in the past 5 weeks where, you know, you go in the sauna. I mean, all right, great. You don't like working out? I get it. Go in the sauna for 20 minutes, as long as you can handle it. Build up to it. Get up in the morning and see the sunrise outside with, you know, with as much skin showing as you can. These little things make a huge difference in your life. And it's like that book, the Admiral in the Navy said, make your bed. You know, you get up at 6:30 and you see the sun, you get that feeling of accomplishment. Now maybe that gets you a workout where you wouldn't have had a workout before.
You know what, it's hard to get out of bed sometimes in the winter
real
time
hard for me.
and when you're not doing well.
Yeah.
You know, one strategy, and maybe that's a victory right there, is, you know, just Robbins was the girl that wrote this book, and she said, you know, if you sit there and think about it and you hit the snooze, you don't think that's a big deal. We eat ourselves up about that. We sort of feel like a loser a little bit.
Yeah.
When we keep hitting that snooze. But she said, close your eyes, count 3, 2, 1, blast off, and just get up, go throw some water on your face. For me, a shower can change anything.
Perfect.
A shower can make me to go from anxious and depressed to feeling actually really good and breathing. You know, water in my face, even if it's just splashing water in my face in the sink, and some slow, long, deep breaths, stand nice and tall, and all of a sudden I feel quite a bit better. But it is hard for a lot of people to get out of bed, myself included. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
You know, so just if you can have a week of making progress with that and walking or doing some body weight squats at home, celebrate that, and you know what, give yourself a pat on the back.
For sure, something to get started. Sauna, or seeing the sun come up, or drinking more water, eating a little cleaner, something to get things rolling, you know, and making a change. You can do it. We're doing it now, and we're going to keep doing it.
Cool. Me and George will wrap up here 7 days from today. I'm going to do a waistline check-in with him. We're going to shoot another video, and we're going to hopefully see some nice progress on the weight and the scale. Whatever it is, we're going to have some lessons learned, hopefully, just try to be a student of life.
For sure.
All right, George. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, thanks for following us. You do have the power to change. We'll see you next week.
Make the rest of your life the best of your life.
Yeah, awesome.